before you go on that appointment, before you receive this call, I think it's so, so important. And this is something that a lot of people overlook. Especially in today's day and age where we're getting our leads from, a lot of agents rely on, okay, I got a lead at 123 Harborview Lane, and now I got to study the market. Now I got to run the comps. Now I got to figure out what this place is worth. When really the whole thing should have been done day in, day out, every single day. You should know your comps.
I'm glad you brought that up. At 100% agree. I'm so glad you brought that up, and you're fantastic at this. You stay on top of what's going on with the market all the time, so that there's no surprises. And we've touched on this a little bit, but I want to dig into that. I want to dig into that part a little bit because I do think it's mission critical. Mm-hmm. So, you talk to people in the golf course, right?
Yep.
They ever ask you about prices on houses?
All the time.
Did they ever say, "Hey, did this one go under contract? Did this happen to that?" Right. So if you want them to look at you as the expert, if you want them to refer you to somebody else.
Yeah.
So, I always kind of knew that. I always had my head wrapped around it and everything, but never to the depth that you talk about, that I think is absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah.
They don't catch you flat-footed.
No.
Right? So now whenever you show up to the property, all you've done is, instead of the real big picture about the neighborhood, what's going on, you're really centering in on just those houses. So you're not spending 12 hours on a CMA, right?
That's right.
And you're also not going in with an automated valuation. Do you know what the A in Zillow stands for? It's accuracy.
I like that. But
I've said that in like 2 podcasts. I think I'm going to go for a record of about 5 of them.
I still laugh the same at it.
I know, right?
No, but I can't stress it enough. Like, I really, to my agents, I want my agents spending an hour a day on the market and understanding that whole bit, because of that dynamic of when a person asks you, have you seen this go on the market? Have you seen this go under contract? Why did this one sell at this price, but this one didn't? You need to know these things. And if you don't know them, don't lie about them, because they're going to see right through it. But the reason that I caught on to that so quickly in my career was I needed an edge over people who had more experience than I did, because people looked at me as a young person who maybe had some gusto and some hustle to them, but people never looked at me as a true source until I started getting those swords in my bag, right? And so, when people ask me questions about certain markets, I bet you I got a pretty damn good answer for you. And if I don't, then I don't. And that's okay, and I'm okay with that. But if they're asking me a question about where we live, like if you said on the golf course about the house on Ponce de Leon that just went on the market for $360, what do you think about the valuation? Yeah, I think it's a good price. I think we need to look at the inspection report, though, and yada, yada, yada. But before you ever go on that listing appointment, before you ever even call to pre-qualify, because I know agents, as soon as they get a lead, okay, hop on the phone. All right, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, what's going on?
I need to get out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's all good and great. But what happens if on that call, the guy asks about the neighborhood, asks about what do you think about the house, what do you think about the price?
Absolutely.
You are effed.
Yeah, that's right. You're toast.